Hello everyone and welcome to another speed build video on the Sims 4. This one should be actually labeled challenge video because when I was making this I actually had burnt my hand and I could not use my right thumb and index finger. So trying to control the mouse with only 3 fingers was pain, and I could not do my left. I don't know, I just can't control it very well with the left. It's not like it's a simple click and scroll kind of thing. Anyways, this is part of the houses I've lived in, which I think I might do a little series on. I don't think I would do all, like, I don't know, what is it, like 25 houses or something that I've lived in. Probably wouldn't do them all. Most of them are only one flat of the apartments because I don't live in the full houses. Most of the houses I've lived in are duplex. I don't like multiplex houses, but I've lived in those too. Anyways, this is one of the houses that I remember the most. I guess we spent more time on this one than most of the others. I lived here with my mom and my dad at the same time, and then with my mom and my stepdad, and then with just my dad. Yeah, so we were in this house for quite a while. It's actually one of my favorite ones because of I really like the balcony area. I used to just sit down and read there. I mean, I did not have all the plans that I'm gonna put here near the end of the video. Mostly because I just wasn't into it back then. I'm really into plants right now. Anyways, I was trying to make like a little planter thing, but I couldn't figure out how. I was trying to have it like a little lifted because I know there's like this little area where there's supposed to be like plants. Kind of looks like a big step right next to it, so I tried to put a bunch of these planters together, and I guess that kind of solved my problem. There probably weren't this many plants there. I know there was a huge tree on the side, one or two, and a bunch of random plants. And it's supposed to be, I think the real house has, instead of that wood fencing in the front, it's more like stone halfway, and the top is metal, like metal bars. I probably remember it prettier than it actually is. I think it's pretty plain. And I was trying to remember where things were. I actually looked up a photo of what the house looked like, so I was trying to follow that as a guide on the outside at least. Because I didn't bother with the attic or with the basement, and the first floor is pretty much made up because I think I've only been in there like once, and I don't remember how it looked like. But yeah, this was super hard to control, and it actually, I have 6 hours of footage for this. 6 hours! Wow, that's like the most I've had on a single video. Well, a non-art video anyways. I do wish we had those winding stairs in the Sims 4. Because I lived in a lot of houses that the back stairs are always the double stairs, the winding ones, not the circle ones. Just the ones that you go around like halfway and up again. It would save some space, but I couldn't do that here, so I tried my best. So the balcony might be a little off, so you'll see me change it later to make it, to let them be able to actually use the stairs to be functional, I guess. And I probably, the little backspace, the stairs and stuff, that's not really there. I just put it there to make it look pretty. The color of the house is, it's pretty close. It has a bunch of red accents, and the whole bottom is like a dark brown, or yeah, it's like a dark brown. Most of the siding is a really light beige color, and it's actually supposed to have a few steps up on the front, but you can't mess with terrain, so it's not like it's Second Life. Yeah, but I kind of tried the alternative. So a lot of the things are not like part of the real house, but I was just trying to make it look nice, have like some extra areas. And I believe on that little space on the back, they actually kept a car in there most of the time. I actually remember once at night, the firefighters came and they forced us to get out, and I was in my pajamas. I think I was in my late teens, and it was really funny. We were all standing outside and they're putting their nightgowns or t-shirts or whatever, and I had this habit of wearing short shorts and crop tops to bed. I don't know if it was the fashion back then, but well, that was like super comfy, and that was really funny. One of the firefighters kept staring at me. As for the layout of the house, this house actually had a pantry in the kitchen, and they actually had a door go from both sides, but I didn't want to include that because not only did we never use that, I think at some point it was closed off, so I replaced it with a cabinet and stuff. This house was actually next to what's it called, where the funeral service place, whatever we call that. And there would be a lot of weird things happening in this house. I mean, like ghost kind of weird. Like you would hear knocking, you could see shadows walking across the rooms or the living room, or like you could see people talking from the outside on the second floor window, which is where I lived, on the second floor, and there would be no one there, and you would hear like random noises. I know once I heard doorbell ring, and when I went downstairs there was no one there, and then the dishes seemed to like have fallen off with this really loud sound, and when I went up, everything was normal. I mean, like nothing was out of place. It was just weird. And even though a lot of weird stuff happened, it felt like really peaceful. It was I guess it wasn't bad. It was just, I felt kind of nice. I liked it. The rooms were small, but you felt like you had a lot of space in the rest of the house. The little nook on the stairs, I used to have my desk in there for a while, and for some time I actually had that as like my bedroom kind of thing. So I had the balcony as part of my bedroom. I don't remember how long that lasted for, but I pretty much lived in every single one of the rooms in the second floor. I mean, all three of them, plus the little balcony, like nook area thing. And that was really fun. Most of my memories are from this house because those were like my teenage years. I was really angsty, and everybody thought I was goth. Mostly because I would wear black clothes, which was my uniform back then. Like black pants were my uniform, and all I ever had was like white shirts and red shirts. So most of the time I was like either in all black or red and black, so everybody thought I was goth. I was more like a punk than goth. And then everybody assumed I was some kind of like witch or something, like I was into witchcraft. And I never denied it, so yeah, people, you should keep thinking that. I don't mind. I was really always into dream analysis, and I'm pretty decent at it. Anyways, as you can see, I had like super hard time trying to fit the cabinet on the little space, and I kept trying to mess with it, and it was really hard without the walls. I don't know how other people do it. I wish you could see the cabinets on the second view, the one where you only see some of the walls. I just wanted to know if I have stuff on the walls. Anyways, most of the inside is probably not correct. I do know we had hardwood floors in the dining and living area, and we did have those panel things on at least the dining room area. Now remember, the little windows, the little square windows, had stained glass on them actually, and the tops of the side windows also in the dining room area. And I hope they're still there because those were like my favorite part. There's no like large hutches, so I put like 2 giant bookcases in the dining room area, which is pretty close to what we had. I mean, we had just like 1 giant hutch thing, and then there was the door to the right, which I omitted. But that was pretty accurate. And on the smaller bedroom, the one with the nice bed, that one actually did have a closet, but I don't remember exactly how the room was. So I omitted that because I don't want to mess with the stair or with the rest of the layout anymore. So I just put like an outside closet kind of thing, which is okay. I mean, that's kind of how it was. The second bedroom did not have a closet, and the third bedroom was, I guess it should have been smaller, but while trying to mess with the back stairs, I just couldn't figure out how to do it. But it did have that odd looking closet space thing, and it did not have a door, at least from what I remember. But I do remember in that one I used to have like my desk and drawers and a bunch of stuff in such a tiny room. And I used to have these really old keys because I was the only person that actually locked my door because I didn't want the other kids, like my siblings and step siblings, to go into my room. I guess it was just like teenage stuff. So I decorated the house. I was trying to stay to the theme of how it would have been back then, but a lot of stuff it's pretty fake. I mean, I did not have an easel. I did not have modern computers. I did not have a bunch of those canvases. I do now. They're in a corner next to my desk. Well, I still don't have a big easel. I have table easels. And there you see all the little plants trying to hide the roof because the roof is not supposed to clip on there. I mean, I wish it wouldn't. They should make something that if you have a wall, it should stop the clipping. But I don't know how these things are programmed, so I can't say anything. I mean, all I know is web languages. I mean, website languages. But that's okay. When I was there, we also had a tiny table in the kitchen, but I did not know if the Sims would be able to open the fridge and stuff. So I just put the tiny table to the side, and instead of the kitchen cabinets being on that side, I put it on the opposite side. And then I added some random things. I mean, I don't remember much about toys and toddler stuff, but yeah. I also added like my I made like a family to live in this house that is very closely resembles my real family. Well, most of it anyways. And I have it in the gallery for now, but I'm probably gonna take it down eventually. I mean, it's pretty personal. And the big stereo thing, I was trying to put something that looked like the one we had, because we had the big glass thing with VHS and like a bunch of stereo stuff. I bet my dad still has most of it. He probably does. And then the first floor I went a little extra fancy. I don't really know how many rooms is in the first floor. I'm assuming it's also 3, but I made it into 2 to make a big bathroom. Otherwise it would have been a little too small, because I don't know how to utilize the space like next to the stairs. I just don't know how to do that. But I'm learning. I actually decorated this one a lot better than most of my other builds. Especially in the outside, I even went on and changed the grass looking thing to the darker one, to the one with the dirt all around and around the trees and stuff. And it might not show up on the gallery, but I changed the planters so they could actually reach around. So if you download this, you might have to remove that yourself, because I probably didn't do it. I probably saved it before I changed that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the rest of this video, and I'll see you next time.